man, I'm excited. I almost knocked over my table. Every time I sit down, I almost knock over my table. This time it was my knee. All right, Genesis, we're listening to the next song on We Can't Dance, and I'm kind of curious about it because it's a 10-minute track. A 10-minute track at this point in their career, I'm kind of looking forward to this. Driving the Last Spike. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact that I have seen this song recommended and suggested by some of you because I know the title. So let's just call out some names really quick. Driving the Last Spike. Put it in the search. Hope you guys are doing well, by the way, today. Hope you guys are feeling good. Rick Tomlinson, Frugal Severin, J.P. Ard, Rush Bravado, The Dark Side Rebel, Alex 777, Dexio Mine, Richard Howlett, and it goes on. Roger Henny, and it goes on for a long time from there. So I'm really excited to listen to this one. You guys. I almost made a boo-boo. Look, I got the wrong album up. I don't know why I pulled up Invisible Touch. Why did I do that? What am I doing? All right, here we go. Driving the Last Spike. Let me not press play before I put my headphones on. Here we go.
Waving goodbye as I left in tears, remembering all.
I like that. I like how gentle this is. Just gotta love the big drum sound. Gotta love that. Again, accompanied by the drum fill. You know what? Okay, hear me out. For a 10-minute, 8-second song, it actually ended kind of abruptly. Maybe it's me. I was expecting like it to go on a little bit more even. It was just like, okay, we're done. All right, so this is such an interesting track to dive into at this point. At this point in Genesis' career, they're making a 10-minute song, right? They've been doing their pop stuff for quite a while. And now we're fully invested in that timeline, but they're doing a 10-minute song. What is it going to be composed of? How is it going to sound? What does it do? So first of all, Driving the Last Spike, I like the progression of it a lot. I like how it starts way down here with an intimate story, and that story is slowly brought up, gently brought in, emotional touches brought in as well, obviously, and eventually it becomes its own thing. It grows into a blister of a song. Right? And it has the same sound that you would expect as Genesis at this point. There are no risks taken in this track. Let's get that out the way. There's no risk musically taken in this track. There's nothing in here that hasn't been done before by the band. However, the band has a certain formula. You like it at this point, or you probably don't like it at this point. Who's beeping outside? I think that they mix the formula up quite right for this duration, and they bring it all in. And it sounds really nice. Mike's guitar and bass playing, I love it in here. I think the little bits of guitar that we get in here, I always want to hear just a little bit more, but I like it. It keeps a good groove. Collins, his drum playing is great. His singing is wonderful. Those moments where he sings out, sustains that note. Like I said, I know for a fact that when this song is performed live, that's one of the highlights. That's when the lights come out. That's when the crowd is cheering. That's just one of those moments you probably remember when he goes for those notes like that. And he does it so cleanly. I love his drum playing as well, because in this song, he plays with a certain momentum. He's always had a certain power, a heavy hand in some moments. And I like how the production on the drums accent that and bring it to life even more fully. It's no different than what we've heard on the production side of things with the drums before on the past few albums, not going back too far, but on the Phil-led albums. But it comes into its own very well here. It has a great live sound, I would say. I'm not sure how they captured the sound so perfectly, but you can really feel the heads on the drums being beat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a certain distinct sound that you know it's Phil Collins playing, not only through his technique, but through the production and engineering behind it all. And it just sounds really fresh, and like I said, it gives it a great live feel in a song like this, where you do have a lot of big moments. You do have a lot of good changes in there as well. Moving into, from those bigger, powerful, more grand sections, coming back down and with a nice flittering transition to and then settling back into a more steady groove, we'll say. I think that sounds excellent. I think that's really enjoyable. Once again, I don't think there's anything new. I don't think there's anything like over the top exciting about this track, if I'm being honest, but I still think it sounds really good and I'm enjoying it for what it is at what time it is for. Leaving my family behind, not knowing what lay ahead, waving goodbye as I left them in tears, remembering all we'd said. I looked to the sky, I offered my prayers, I asked him for guidance and strength. But the simple beliefs of a simple man lay in his hands and on my head. So, at least looking at the lyrics, which we're not going to read every single line in here, seems like he's leaving to go build a railroad. People coming from the north, people coming from the south. There's some disasters that happen. I'm assuming with dynamite, maybe they had to go through a mountain and cut through it to build this railroad. And he's, thinking, of course, of his family. The chorus, can you hear me? Can you see me? Don't you hear me? Don't you see? The smoke cleared, the dust had settled. No one knew how many had died. All around there were broken men. They said it was safe. They lied. Well, that's why you got OSHA. You could hear the cries, you could smell our fear, but good fortune that day was mine. And it occurred to me that the heart of a good man, it seems, is hard to find. And then as it moves up past its halfway point, the music picks up a little bit. But I can hear my children's cry. I can see the tears in their eyes. Memories of those I've left behind still ringing in my ears. Will I ever go back again? Will I ever see her face again? Well, I'll never forget the night as they waved goodbye to their fathers. So like I said, as he's there working away from home on a job, basically, he thinks back to his family. I will say that this song is not the best song about a railroad because that honor belongs to East Coast Racer by Big Train. Let's see. I think that this song had a Wikipedia article for it as well. It says, despite not being released as a single, this song did chart in Canada and the US, peaking at number 51 on Canadian RPM Top Singles and number 25 on the US Billboard Rock Tracks. That's awesome. It was performed on the Way We Walk tour. Some other random stuff there. Oh, I thought it said Lord of the Rings. Okay, I'm reading wrong. Okay. Good song. Let me know what you guys thought of the track in the comments below. Thank you as always for being here. I appreciate you stopping by. Press the like button. Support the channel if you wish on Patreon. I almost forgot where, but it's on Patreon. Thank you as always for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all later, guys. Bye.